Greg, talk about the friendly tomorrow against Sunderland and what it means for your club.
I mean, it obviously comes in the summer when things are really busy. We have guys away with international duty, Pan Am guys coming back. So it's an opportunity to give some guys some minutes. We'll use it really as like a normal training week in some ways. We'll get the guys who play a lot some minutes like it would be a training day. And then it gives up opportunity for some other guys to get some match minutes, which is always important.
Do you see any players in particular, like Mark Bloom, getting an opportunity to play in that game?
No, Mark personally won't be available, but a lot of guys in our roster who haven't played a lot in the last few weeks will get time. Some of the guys returning from the Pan Am Games will get some time. So we'll get as many guys as possible some minutes.
There was a couple of USL guys training with the game today too. Might they see some sort of action?
Yeah, it's possible. We have rules as to who can play and who can't play, but anybody who's available that is by rule able to participate will be with us and could see some minutes.
I know you said you're treating this as kind of like a training week, but beyond that, are there value in these games?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's good for the fans to see outside opposition, see some different players, see other clubs when they come through the area. I think it's important for guys who don't play every weekend to get some minutes in what is a live competition. It's still a friendly at the end of the day, but it's a live competition. So it's important to get those guys some minutes as they can get sharp, because as you get through these MLS seasons, you need everybody at some point.
Jozy, it looked like he left training a little early. Is he okay?
Yeah, Jozy's fine. Again, it comes down to his sort of normal work week. We want to push him from a fitness standpoint this week and lean on him a little bit. So he'll be in a controlled environment, but at the same time, we want to gain some profit from this week so we can push him physically.
Luke Moore, I saw him after the game on Saturday, and he was in a walking boot. Is he okay? What's his?
Yeah, he turned an ankle in training on Friday. He went up for a ball in the air, landed a little funny, kind of slipped at the same time that he landed and rolled his ankle. So we'll see. It's 2 to 3 weeks possibly, but we'll see how he bounces back and how the swelling goes down and how he recovers over the next week or so.
And how's Hagelin recovering from the appendectomy?
He's recovering well. So we have a window of time where we have to allow everything to heal, but then we suspect he'll be back pretty quick after that. So we look forward to him getting back in the next couple of weeks.
And Bloomy?
Bloomy is a question. He went to see a specialist recently. We have to hear back from the specialist and figure out what the next course of action is to get him going. He's been off and on. We thought we were close. His functional movement is fantastic, but he's still having trouble striking balls and hitting things over distance. There's still some discomfort. So we had to, so we wanted to get really down into there and figure out what's going on. So hopefully we'll have a plan for him in the next few days.
With Jozy playing your former team, obviously, it's special going out and playing against old former teammates, but you're still managing him returning from fitness. How do you do that tomorrow?
Well, he may not play tomorrow. I mean, what's most important is, and we'll assess today and how he's feeling, but the most important thing is that we can push his fitness level so that he gets 2 to 3 really tough days this week of physical preparation. That's more important than him getting another match for us. So we'll assess it over the rest of today and decide whether he gets any minutes tomorrow. But again, our most important for us is that we can push him physically so he can get some of his endurance back.
Jermaine's obviously back as well. Any feelings on that, or bygones be bygones?
Yeah, no, bygones be bygones. I mean, you go through all of these scenarios, and at the end you come out on the other side. And for Jermaine being here, some could say we were better for it in many ways. With Jermaine coming and then obviously it not working out and leaving, we end up with a player like Sebastian and Jozy, and you got to put that stuff behind you and everybody moves on. We wish him well, and I hope his experience coming back is a good one. But we like our team now, and we like the direction we're headed.
You like your team, but this is also a league where a couple deals were made last week, and trades and transfers can be completed. And obviously, with Steven's retirement last week, as a head coach, is there any kind of urgency to bring in another player or more players?
We're definitely in. We're in conversations with various guys. We feel like there's ways and areas we can strengthen our team. We want to make sure it's the right guy, the right fit, the right personality. We're looking for some very specific things from the guys that we bring in, or the guy that we might bring in, or however many ends up being. And so we're trying to be pointed and not just reactive to, Steven not being able to return back to play. So it's about who more than it is just about anybody.
The union released the salary list last week. Toronto's not the only team, but it's a case where there's guys making millions and there's guys making below six figures.
Mm-hmm.
What, if any kind of friction does that cause with players, or does it?
No, I don't think it does. I mean, I was in the league when David was around and a number of players, and guys making that money they've usually are making that because they've accomplished certain things over the course of their career. There's a market value for them in the world that maybe some of our guys who don't have that. So take any player who's making that kind of money. There's probably other clubs in the world who would pay them something around those numbers, and so for us to get them here in this league, we have to pay them accordingly. So I don't think there's any animosity or any feelings on that. I just think it's a part of the league, and the guys that who aren't making that money, hopefully they pick up things and aspire to make that. I mean, that's ultimately why you play this game, and it's professional. Is you try to make as much money as you can over the course of your career, and we don't play for very long. So we should all be aspiring to reach those objectives.